is not going to happen. Finally, thank God. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, guys. Good evening. Today we'll be talking about relocating to Europe and opportunities, abound in Europe. First, I want to introduce WAKAWAKA Doctor. Like the name sounds, WAKAWAKA Doctor. He is a medical doctor. And he's also a tourist, he like moving from one place to another. It's someone I look up to so much because at one point in my life, I want to live that baby girl lifestyle where I will just travel to countries. So far, I've been to 3 countries, and one, I was passing by, not like I even went there. So, but I always count it. But he has been to 60 countries and 85 cities. Wow! 60 countries, 85 cities. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for WAKAWAKA Doctor! Thank you so much, Manga, for doing this live with me. And today we're going to be talking about how to relocate to Europe. So I just want you to introduce yourself. I know I've done it, but I don't think I've done it well enough.
Nah. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Thank you very much for having me on your Instagram live show. It's always a pleasure to do this talk anytime I'm invited. Everyone calls me WAKAWAKA Doctor, and for obvious reasons as well. Doctor because I'm a medical doctor, and WAKAWAKA because I'm always...
Guys, still practicing. When you're looking for a multitasker, is this man right here?
Yeah, I try. People don't believe me when I say that I still work, but I still do. But it's not easy combining both. But I mean, as I've told several people, that it's what I love. I love medicine with a lot of passion, and I love traveling with a lot of passion. And like you said, I've been to 60 different countries, 85 cities. And I use all my social media platforms to educate people as to how you can move abroad. And believe it or not, this started just like a joke. I was always traveling, and there was no proof of me going on trips, nothing like that. And a friend said to me, why are you going on all these trips and you are not sharing it with anybody? And I said, okay, all right, well, I will start small. So I started, taking pictures of foods, pictures of statues, pictures of hotels, and my friend was like, what is this nonsense you are doing? So I was like, what do you mean? And I said, share with people. I mean, things they can do when you visit these places. Okay, so I started, sharing things you can do in these different places when you go there. Then it was like, take it a little bit higher. Tell them how to get there.
Friends like that.
Okay, I'll tell them how. So that's how I started. And I started with the UK, with then Canada, then Australia, and then US. And then I just went ahead. I was like, okay, look, how many people can actually afford these countries? And I looked at the map. I said, okay, look at you. You've been to 60. There are more countries in the world. Why don't you why don't you try and show people that they can actually go to other countries that are affordable? If you can afford the US or the UK, do it. If you can. But if you cannot afford to go to the big countries, then why not start small? Start small. And I always tell my story just before I allow you ask me questions. I always tell my story that I am Nigerian, for those who are just wondering, but my first move out of Nigeria was to Saudi Arabia, believe it or not. That was the first move I made. And I went to Saudi. I learned the language. I was speaking Arabic, but that was my first move, okay? Because Saudi Arabia was better than where I was, okay? And it's still better than where I was at the time. So I moved from there to Saudi Arabia, and I kept moving on and on. So, yeah, thank you very much.
You don't have to start with US, bam, or Canada, boom. You can start from anywhere. You just have to, station your mind. Thank you so much. In fact, your story is enough for the whole life. We don't even have to say anything. That has inspired a whole lot of people. Thank you so much for sharing. So we're talking about, opportunities in European countries. We have the study route, we have the job seeker route. But if I'm to ask you, okay, maybe let's say 10 or 5 countries, depending on how, you know, you have the time. What countries do you think people need to start looking into? Like these countries, let's start tapping into them. UK and US might be hot now, but these countries, they can even get you closer. And like you said, if you think these countries are way better than where you're coming from, then you can always make the move. So please, sir,
Yes.
that's a way.
Yes. Fantastic. So I mean, let me re-explain. Someone is asking how old I am.
I saw you though. When you say 60 countries,
I'm telling you how to move to countries. You are asking me how old I am.
You know now, you said 60 countries. So
okay, I am in my 30s. I'm in my 30s.
Wow.
I'm in my 30s to answer that. But you see, so again, I state that if where you are at the moment is not as good as where you want to go to, you can take the move. And the rule that I say is simple. There are 196 different countries in the world. You cannot focus on just 5. You can't. It's criminal to focus on just 5. UK, US, Canada, Australia. No. Okay, when there are 196. As a Nigerian, I am pretty certain that you have at least 50 countries that are better than Nigeria. At least.
100%.
So, and when I say better, I mean in terms of security, terms of financial remuneration, terms of quality of life, terms of standard of living, employment, passport, passport strength, quality education, and things like that. So why can't you try those countries? So I'm going to start with, I'll try and list 10, so that it depends on your your budget, your family situation. I don't know what your family situation is, so you have to put all those things into consideration. Okay, so number 1 is Germany. All right, number 1 is Germany, and the reason why I picked Germany is because Germany has the same standard of education that you would get in the UK, in the US. Okay, and it's an economic powerhouse. So Germany is a very strong country that you don't just take lightly. And Germany has a route for students, and it has a route for job seekers. All right. Like I said during my introduction, I have a YouTube channel. It's WAKAWAKA Doctor, and we might not be able to go into full details here today. So you might benefit from going to my YouTube channel to watch some of these videos, but I will guide you. So Germany, for instance, I've got 3 videos about Germany, and I'll tell you what those videos are about. The first one about Germany is that you can go as a student to Germany for free of charge. You're not paying any tuition. Germany has 360 universities, and they have loads and loads of courses in Germany that you can do for free, and you don't need IELTS, you don't need the language, you will learn in English. People that say, what about the language barrier? I don't like to listen to you. I don't like to listen to people that give excuses of language barrier. I just told you that my first job was in Saudi Arabia. I wasn't born speaking Arabic. Okay, my first language is English, but I went to Saudi Arabia. I worked, I earned money, and I made the move. So Germany, for instance, you cannot give excuses of saying there's language barrier. Yeah. Germany is a place where they speak English, okay? They speak English aside from their normal German. So don't use language as an excuse. So the first video I have on my YouTube channel about Germany is, and that means if you just type WAKAWAKA Doctor Germany, you will see the videos. Is about how to get there as a student. It's free of charge. No need for IELTS, no need for the language. You're not paying tuition. The only issue is that when you're about to apply for a visa, you need to show proof of 10,500 euros in an account. That is called a blocked account. 10,500 euros. And what it means is that they will open a bank account for you in Germany. Okay, open a bank account for you in Germany. You will deposit 10,500 euros in that account. Once you get the admission and you process the visa and you're in Germany, they will give you an ATM card. And no, sorry, they will not give you an ATM card. You'll be withdrawing the money every month, because the calculation is based on the fact that they want to be sure you can survive monthly.
Exactly.
So they would give you the opportunity to remove the money every month. It is still your money, you will get everything, but it's monthly. Okay. Now, people have asked me what's the alternative to this blocked account. There's an alternative to it. If you have someone in Germany, if you know anybody in Germany that can write you a letter to say, there's a name for it in Germany, but I don't want to, scatter my tongue. If you can get a letter from someone in Germany saying that they can sponsor you, and just write that letter, that's enough. You don't need the blocked account. Okay, so that's going as a student. Germany also has what is called a job seekers visa. This means that you can go to Germany without a job offer. You can simply just go there, okay, apply for the job seekers visa, and when you get a job, you switch from the job seekers visa to a work permit. Okay. And what do you need to apply for this job seekers visa? You need a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. You need 2 years experience in a particular field. Okay. You need health insurance. You need proof of accommodation, and you need, of course, your proof of funds as well. Okay. So that's number 2 way of going to Germany, and it's all on my YouTube channel. The third one that is particularly interesting for Germany is, if you don't have any education at all, you can still go to Germany. You've never been to school, you don't know anything about school, but you've got skills like you know how to do arts and crafts. You're a plumber, you're a welder, you're a baker, you're a chef, you're an electrician, you know how to drive, or you know how to build stuff, construction, builder. Germany has the largest number of vocational schools in the world. They are number 1. So you can go as a vocational student. In fact, in Germany, when you finish learning as a vocational student, they will give you an automatic internship to learn, and they will pay you for it. Okay, so that is one of the countries that you can go to. The next person that tells me about language, I will block you. I've been saying that you don't need language. You don't need IELTS.
You don't have to write IELTS. He said that.
You don't have to write IELTS. Germany has 360 schools. Some of them might ask you for IELTS, but there are lots that will not ask you for IELTS. Many that don't need IELTS. So there's no need for language test. Okay, so that is Germany, number 1. Number 2 is Norway. Number 2 is Norway. Norway is also free of charge, and it's similar to Germany in that you need an account. Someone just said, fuck me.
I'm sure the person is joking.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't do men, so I don't understand this.
I already blocked the person. Please, let's continue.
Anyway, Norway is number 2. The person must be pinned. Norway is number 2. Norway is similar to Germany. All right. It's similar to Germany in that, education is free. You don't need, and it's free for international students. Okay. And you don't need IELTS as well. You don't need IELTS. The difference or the similarity between Norway and Germany is that you also need 10,500 euros. 10,500 euros in a blocked account. Well, it's not a blocked account because the reason why it's not a blocked account is, remember that I said Germany, they will be giving you the money every month.
Yes.
But in Norway, they won't give it to you every month. Once you enter Norway, they will give you ATM. You can collect all your money at once.
Anytime, okay.
You understand? So you can collect all the money. So I always advise people, and I've helped people like that move to Norway. I'll say borrow the money, put in their account. Once you get to Norway, return the money to the person that you borrowed it from.
Simple.
Your own is to shall get to Norway first.
Yes.
And these 2 countries that I've mentioned, you can work while you study. You can work 20 hours while you study, and you will get post-study visa as well. You get Germany will give you 18 months post-study visa. Norway will give you 1 year post-study visa. Once you can get a job within that duration of time, then you just get a work permit and you continue working towards your permanent residency. Germany and Norway, they are open to all nationalities. So that's what I've said. I've said now about Germany, and I've said now about Norway. Number 3 is Iceland. Guys that are asking about my YouTube channel, what you need to do is just type WAKAWAKA Doctor. Any country you want to go to, just type WAKAWAKA Doctor Iceland, WAKAWAKA Doctor Germany, WAKAWAKA Doctor Finland, WAKAWAKA Doctor Portugal. It will come out. Okay. So number 3 is Iceland. Iceland is free of charge. Free. The only thing that you need to pay for Iceland is an application fee. You know, Norway, some universities have an application fee of maybe 50 euros or 20 euros. Germany, no application fee. But for Iceland, you need to pay application fee of $500. But it's free. It's free. Okay. You need to pay an application fee of $500. Once you pay the application fee of $500, you don't need IELTS. They will conduct a small interview for you, just a small interview. And once that is done, that's it. They don't need blocked accounts. They need proof of funds of about 6,000 euros. Proof of funds for Iceland is 6,000, 7,000 euros, and you're okay.
Wow, proof of funds.
Yeah, it's that cheap. And a lot of people don't think about it. Don't think about Iceland. They don't talk about it because I remember when I made a video about going to Iceland, people were saying, Iceland is too cold. I said, okay, you are in heat. Stay in the heat.
Enjoy
enjoy the heat. Yeah, it's not by force. And someone said University of Iceland said they want IELTS. I've always told people that you can negotiate with them and tell them that you want a proof of English. Okay, proof of English proficiency certificate. Go to your school, get a letter saying you were taught in English. That's usually enough. Besides, there are 8 universities in Iceland. I don't like to talk about the 8th one because it's University of Reykjavik. Very expensive. It's a private university. So the other 7 universities, okay? Try those other 7 universities. And there's a list of those universities on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't want to start calling them now because of time. Okay, so number 3 is Iceland. Number 4 is Austria. Fantastic place. Austria has the same geopolitical, economical, terrain with Germany. Similar, fantastic place, clean country, beautiful country. And you can go to Austria via 2 pathways. You can go as a student, and they also have a job seekers visa, just like Germany.
Wow.
Okay. Now, if you want to go to Austria as a student, the fees is 360 euros per semester. 360 euros per semester.
Just 300.
So
UK is expensive. When
so
you hear
2 semesters.
Are they not in the same Europe?
No, they're in the same Europe, but people don't know.
True.
People don't know. Somebody is saying, do people experience loneliness in these countries when Nigerians aren't many? Okay. If loneliness is your issue, you don't know what you want to do. Stay where there are people, Stay where there are people, and you will see whether there's any benefit from it. Loneliness. You will be on the call, be on phone now. You will do WhatsApp call. You will
Honestly.
you do.
Or you move with your family, your husband and kids.
You can move with your family.
Yeah,
I mean, so you can move with your family after you've settled, and you get them, and that's not an issue at all. So Austria, 360 euros per semester. Okay, and some of them would say that they need IELTS, but always ask them if you can send them proof of English proficiency. Germany and Austria are so good that if you have a 3rd class, they will take you.
Wow.
If you have HND, they will take you.
Wow.
Germany and Austria, so good. 3rd class, they will take you. HND, they will take you. And if you're wondering and you say, how do you know all these things, Waka Waka Doctor? Is because I call up the universities. Okay, I call up the universities when I want to talk about a country. I call up the university and I say, what are the requirements for your admission? Then they tell me. In fact, I didn't know that Austria was taking third class because I don't call all the universities, I call some just to have a baseline.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that Austria would take third class until someone said he saw my video. And because I'm always encouraged, I said, just always try. You can never win a lottery if you don't buy the ticket. So always buy the ticket first. Make an attempt. Just try. So this guy had a third class, and I have all the emails. They sent me all the emails between him and the admissions officer. Third class, applied to Austria, boom, he got the admission. He's going in March. You know, so I've got a video on my YouTube channel that explains the process, because the process for Austria, you have to start early. You have to legalize your documents, but I explained everything one after the other. The second pathway to Austria is through a job seekers visa, just like Germany, okay? And Austria needs skilled migrants, very skilled migrants, but they have what is called a points-based system. Points-based system, which means that you need to have 70 points out of 100 points. And they don't just call their own job seekers visa, they call it a red, white, red card program. Red, white, red card program. And you need 70 points out of 100. What are these 100 points? They would look at, you know, do you have a bachelor's degree? If you have a bachelor's degree, that's 10 points. You have a master's, that's 20 points. You have a PhD, it's 25 points. Do you speak German? 10 points. Do you speak English? 5 points. Do you have 1 year experience? 2 points. Do you have 5 years experience? 10 points. Do you have 15 years experience? 30 points. You know, how much is your salary that you're earning right now? If it is about 20,000 euros, 2 points. If it's about 50,000 euros, 10 points. If it's about 25,000 euros, you know, there's points for it. Then there are other criteria. So long as you can get 70 points, then you apply for a job seekers visa. And again, I have that video on my YouTube channel. So we've talked about Germany, we've talked about Norway, we've talked about Iceland, we've talked about Austria.
Right, yeah.
Number 5 is France. France, yes. Hey, tu parlais français, je parlais français. Hein?
No français, yeah, no français.
Bonjour. Eh?
Yeah,
France
bonjour,
is also very. France is also very, very good. That's a good country that accepts tutu, accepts HND as well, like University of Paris-Saclay. They've got several universities with scholarships. The Eiffel scholarship in France, University of Paris-Saclay scholarship in France. They've got almost 200 scholarships in France that you can apply to. But even if you decide that you don't want scholarship in France, public universities in France go as low as 460 euros.
Wow.
460 euros. But the competition is very high because France, you know, they don't take a lot of students, and France is a top tier 1 country. Okay, they don't take a lot of students, so the competition is high. But if you decide that you can raise the bar a bit and raise maybe 3,000 euros, you can pay for tuition in France, 3,000 euros, and they don't require IELTS as well. Okay, so that's France. The next country I'm going to talk about is Estonia. Estonia. And you can go to Estonia in 2 different ways. If you're going to Estonia as a worker, the website you want to go to is www.workinestonia.com. Workinestonia.com. Workinestonia.com. They're looking for IT guys. They're looking for HR personnel. They're looking for admin guys. They're looking for tech guys. Estonia is now the tech hub in Europe. So they are looking for loads of people in tech. And it's a fantastic place. You ask me about tuition in Estonia, it's 2,200 euros. Wow. 2,200 euros in Estonia. Okay. The next country I want to talk about is Czech Republic. University of Bata in Czech Republic has tuition of about 980 euros. 980 euros. And guys, all these schools, all these countries I'm talking to, some of them would allow you to move with family. They don't require IELTS. You know, some of them accept second class lower, and you will get post-study work permit in all these countries. Okay, so you don't need to worry at all. Germany would allow you move with your family. France will allow you move with your family. Norway would allow you move with your family, based on the countries that I've referred to now. Okay, so that's another one. You can study in English in France. Yes, 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 you can study in English in France. Okay, good. So that's another country that I want to think of. Another country that's quite interesting, and people might not agree with me, but listen to me. Okay, just listen to me. I have spoken, and I'm going to take two of them as one. Okay, I've spoken on my YouTube channel about Brazil and Mexico.
Wow.
Okay, Brazil and Mexico. Someone is asking if you can move with family to Germany for the work visa. No, you cannot move with family if you're on a work visa. If you're on a job seekers visa, until you get a job, that is when you can move with family. Estonia allows family. Okay, Estonia allows family. All right, Estonia allows family. So whether it's undergraduate, whether it's masters, it's the same thing. It is the same thing. So don't say talk about undergraduate. It's the same thing. Now, Mexico and Brazil. All right.
Yeah.
I made videos.
This network. No, not in the middle of this interesting life.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. So I made a video about Brazil and Mexico, and people were like, that place where they used to kill people, that place that is this. But Brazil and Mexico are both better than where you are at the moment. Someone will say, but people in Mexico, they are going to the US. Are you in the US?
Have you been in Mexico yet?
The US, when people migrate, you migrate to a country that is better than where you are. So people in Mexico, for instance, want to go to the US because US is better than where they are. The Mexican passport, for instance, is the 23rd strongest passport in the world. Unemployment rate in Mexico is less than 10%. Unemployment rate in Brazil is less than 13%. So what are we talking about? They get free education in Brazil, free education, free healthcare. What are you now looking for? If you go to Brazil, it's free. Now, the only problem with Brazil is 80% of the courses in Brazil are in Portuguese. So if you are lucky to have a course within the 20% that is in English, just go. You will get a Brazilian passport in 3 years.
Wow.
So think about it. The same thing with Mexico. 80% of the courses in Mexico are in Spanish, but 20% are in English, and they don't require IELTS. Okay, so think of that. That's another option. Switzerland is another country that people don't talk about. Switzerland is another country that people don't talk about. You have tuition as low as 500 euros in Switzerland. But the reason people don't talk about Switzerland is because it is expensive to live in. Very, very expensive. I've been to Switzerland before. Switzerland is fine. It is very, very, very beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful. But it's expensive. You know, Switzerland is a neutral state. It's a neutral state. All these people that steal money, that's where they always go and put their money. They don't belong to any government. Nothing happened. They are just on their own. So it's a very, very expensive country to, you know, to move to. But you will get at least, you know, 500 euros.
Yeah.
Value for your money. It's very expensive. Okay. Another country that accepts and is very cheap is Poland. I can see people mentioning Poland. The reason why I was avoiding talking about Poland is because at the moment, if you are from West Africa, you can't apply for Poland visa. If you are from the whole of West Africa, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Ghana, Gambia, everybody, you can, because when I started, I can say proudly that I was the one that made people open their eyes to Poland. I can say it very boldly because When I started talking about Poland like a year ago, people didn't listen to me. They were trashing me and saying, why would you go to Poland? Why would you go to Poland? Now, you cannot get Polish embassy visa. You can't get visa now. Because, in fact, I called up a university in Poland. They told me on the phone, this is not bragging, they told me on the phone that we've got a lot of applications for Nigeria. If you are Kenyan, you can go to Poland. You don't have problem. You can go to Poland. There's visa for you, and go to Poland. Tuition in Poland is as low as 1,000 euros. 1,000 euros. So that's why on my page, people that follow me know that I always tell you that you will never have peace till you go to this abroad. You will not have peace.
You want to?
Yes, and I always tell people that you have to act now. Do it now. Don't delay and be saying, I don't like the spelling of that country. That country, the spelling is not good. They don't speak English. They don't do this. They don't do that. You're wasting your time, and that's your business. So that's your business. My followers know that I always say. In fact, last week I decided that I will start showing up in your dream. You will just sleep and you just see WAKAWAKA doctor. If you turn left, you will see me. You go right, you will see me. Now I'll be chasing you now with fork and spoon until you make that move. Okay? So make the move. Make the move now. See, somebody's asking me what my handle is. It's WAKAWAKA doctor. It's obvious. It's on top. It's on top. So let's go back to talking about Poland. If you're from the whole of West Africa, you cannot apply for Poland. You cannot. But if you're from Kenya, South Africa, all these other countries, you can apply for. If you're from all these other countries, you can apply for Poland. For those who are asking about my handle is WAKAWAKA doctor. WAKAWAKA doctor. Okay.
Let me just pin it.
So we've talked about Germany, Norway, Iceland, Austria, Czech Republic, France, Switzerland, Poland, right? Czech Republic, and Estonia. That's 10. We've also talked about Mexico and Brazil. Now, on my YouTube channel, if you go on my YouTube channel and you type WAKAWAKA doctor, just go on YouTube and type WAKAWAKA doctor. I have a video there that talks about 10 different countries, 10 different countries that you can choose, 10 different countries you can move to for less than 1,000 euros. 10 different countries you can move to for less than 1,000 euros. Someone is asking me why West Africans cannot get Polish embassy appointments. The reason is because a lot of people, there's a backlog. When we were telling you people that you should go, you were wasting time. It must be UK, it must be US, it must be Canada, and people are moving in their droves. People are moving in their droves. I mean, I always share on if you go on my Instagram feed, you will see testimonies. So don't wait. Let me tell you, give you bonus. Okay, let me give you bonus. Italy is so good that they will pay you. Italy will pay you. If you can prove that your family does not earn up to $500 in a month. If you can prove that my family, we don't earn up to $500 in a month, you can go to Italy. Somebody is saying, can you talk about Estonia more? No, I cannot talk about Estonia more. It's your
Go to his page.
Exactly. Go to my YouTube channel and watch Estonia. If I start talking about
this
country now,
eyes to these countries, like this is the first step. Just know about this. Now you have an idea. Go to his page, watch in depth, do more research, and make your move.
If I start talking about
consultation as well, so you can also consult him personally if you don't want to do
if I start talking about talking about these countries one after the other, then we will not finish here. Italy is one of those countries that you can go to and they will pay you if you can prove you send bank accounts showing that salary that comes into that bank account is less than $500, then you can move about it. Remember guys, the topic we what we are discussing here is relocating to Europe. Okay, cheap means cheap ones, the cheap ones. If you want to move to Ireland, I've seen people talking about Ireland. Go to my YouTube channel, you will see it. Talk about Netherlands, go to my YouTube channel, you will see it. It's in detail. Just type WAKAWAKA Doctor Ireland, WAKAWAKA Doctor Netherlands, WAKAWAKA Doctor Sweden, WAKAWAKA Doctor anywhere. The only thing you will not see is WAKAWAKA Doctor Nigeria. Okay. So I mean, so Italy has a regional scholarship where they would pay you. They'll pay you about 1,300 euros just to come to Italy. You know, Japan has a scholarship called MEX scholarship, but we're not talking about those countries now. We're talking about Europe. Okay, so most of these countries, you can move to most of these countries for less than 1,000 euros. Okay, if you've got maybe 2,000, 3,000 euros, some of them are also available that you can move to, and we've been talking about them all day. And look, I can go all day talking about these things non-stop, and that's why I've dedicated my YouTube channel to giving you a better understanding and telling you how to do it step by step. This is for undergraduates and postgraduates, step by step. If you go to my YouTube channel, WAKAWAKA Doctor, you would find how to do it there. Okay, so Mama, do you want us to take questions now?
Yes, please. Just choose. I know there's too much. I don't know which one. Just choose any question you're comfortable answering. Anyone.
Okay, someone is saying, do I do consultation? Is it free? No.
Money,
I do consultation, but my
if you come abroad, you understand.
I do consultation, but my consultation can be free. And that is me personally. Some people do free consultation, but I don't. If you heard during the introduction, I'm a medical doctor, and my time is precious. Okay, so when you say you want to consult, it cannot be for free, because if I give you 30 minutes of my time, you need to pay for my time. Okay, but I don't charge a lot. I charge maybe about $100, 50,000 naira. For a 30-minute session.
For the amount of wealth and experience you have, it's just so. Sometimes it's better you do this consultation, because you end up saving yourself a lot of money and stress. To be honest, because there are so many mistakes you might make along the way, and then you'll now be looking for who to help you out. As a lawyer,
exactly.
Tell them do agreement. So agreement is 100K. They'll be like, no. They'll now sign what they ought not to sign. They will now come back and I'm like, we're going to cut is 1 million. So that's how it works. It's better you consult, have this insight. Then the option you think might be the best for you might eventually not turn out to be the best for you. But with this consultation, with this experience, can never match up with anything. That's just my 2 cents.
I mean, and people ask me, what do you do during the consultation? The consultation is up to you. You run it. Within those 30 minutes, you ask me any question you want to ask. Any question, okay? The amount of research that I've done based on these countries, I can talk about them. Okay, I've called up universities. I've talked to universities. I've read about different countries. I have visited those countries myself. I've seen them. Okay, so I give based on my experience and what I've found out. Why is their visa difficult to get? No visa is difficult to get. Getting a visa depends on some factors, okay? If you provide the documentation and you provide everything that's necessary, you will get it. What the mistake people make is that, number one, you provide a bank statement that's not attested, okay? Number two, you don't have proof of economic ties, proof of family ties. Number three, you provide fake documents. Some people do proof of funds that they cannot be verified. That is why and proof of funds is a risk, but I always tell people, make sure the bank can verify it. Because these embassies now, they start calling the bank, and your bank will say, we don't know who is this. Oh, They will not give you visa. Then sometimes luck also plays a role. And that's why I always tell people, it's a battle, it's a war. You pray, pray. If you believe in God, pray to God, pray to God about your visa applications. And of course, it might work for you. If it doesn't work for you, you reapply. But luck also plays a role. You might meet someone who just doesn't like the color of your dress and just says, no, they're not giving you. So luck also plays a role. Someone is saying, please, can you talk more about studying in Italy? Time we go to my YouTube channel. I have the video there about studying in Italy.
And please, WAKAWAKA Doctor, can you tell us about like your travel agency? I forgot you have one, so that we'll know about it.
Well, okay. If you go to my bio, you would see my email address. If you choose to contact me directly, my email address is wakawakadoctor@gmail.com. wakawakadoctor@gmail.com. Please don't send me your life history. Please, I will not read it. Just go straight to the point, short. If you don't say hello, I get emails. Hello, deleting it, I just delete it. Then some people will write email that will be so long. No, please, just go straight to the point. Hi, WAKAWAKA Doctor. Just say hello. I am this. I want this. That's all. Then I will explain. I will give a very short answers. People that know that send me emails, I go straight to the point. All those hello, hi. I don't have time for it. I go straight to the point. If it requires a consultation, I will tell you that it requires a consultation. If it does not, I will give you an answer straight away. But most of the answers that you require are on my YouTube channel. On my bio, I have a travel community that's called Urban Nomads. It's a travel community that I formed a year ago, and we help people get admission, we help people get visa, and we help people get jobs. The jobs at the moment is on the low, is on the low at the moment. So we're doing a lot of admissions, and admissions will resume in September. So most of these countries will be open in September, October, and we help people get admission. My success rate at the moment is it used to be 83%, when I had maybe less than 200 applications. But now my success rate is about 79%, which means that admission is 100% guaranteed, but visa sometimes messes it up. So that's why I say 79%, but it's still pretty decent, and we're working to help people move abroad. Okay. Are there any other questions?
Lots, but I feel like you've covered majority of it at the beginning. So perhaps they should just like watch a replay or something.
Okay. Were you writing anyone down? Because I can't see any other questions again.
I'm sure you've covered everything. I am 100% sure. Even you covered the questions to the extent that you answered what your age is. So what can you do? So you've covered everything. I just want to say a very big thank you to you. I'm highly honored and humbled at the same time that you were able to make it. Even despite the network, you were still, and the turnout is great. Thank you so much. Guys, WAKAWAKA Doctor on Instagram, WAKAWAKA Doctor everywhere. Twitter. I don't use Twitter that much. I'm trying to now, but if you're on Twitter, then that's even where he is. Most of the time, you'll definitely catch him on Twitter. And then YouTube as well. Research, guys, like watch these videos. It's really, really important. The time people invest in making these videos is not beans. So just watch them. Like, information is key. You can move if you want to. This is 2022. No one is doing you anymore. You're the one not going for the opportunities. So if you want to move, just connect with people like WAKAWAKA Doctor, Nigeria UK Girl, Your Knowledge Body. There are a lot of travel about content creators now. So what is your excuse? It's not lack of information. It's just you not wanting to do the research. But till I come your way, before I even go, I want to say another thank you again. Thank you so much. Like,
can I just say one thing before I go? Let me just say one thing before I go. For those who didn't hear me clearly, let me just say it again. Going abroad is not by force. So we're not forcing you to go abroad. If where you are at the moment you want to stay there, stay by all means. It's all right, stay. But move away from the road and allow those that want to move. So I always say this. You don't have to go to the UK. You don't have to come here and meet us. You don't have to go to the US or Canada or Australia if you cannot afford it. Start small. Start small. Start from Poland, spend a year or two, then move to Canada. Start from Austria, spend a year or two, then come to the UK. Start from, you know, Germany. You can spend your 5-6 years there, get a German passport and move somewhere else. It doesn't have to be where you will live. The idea and the reason why people japa is that second passport. So spend, you know, go somewhere small, spend time there, go to school, get a second degree, get a job, 5-6 years, get your passport, then you can move somewhere else. So long as where you are is not as good as where you're going, make the move. That's my message.
I don't think I need to add any other thing. Thank you, guys. And shout out to Ayaba Skin Essentials. You've been attentive, listing the countries as WAKAWAKA Doctor was mentioning. And everyone who joined this live as well, thank you all so much. Till I come your way again, I'm seeing your one and only baby girl for life, Yettysplash. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye.